What's up, YouTube? This is C-Dog, and I'm back with a new review. This review is on TakaraTomy Transformers Adventure TAV-01 Bumblebee. And we're going to be doing a comparison and a review in this review. First, we'll take a look at the details of the figures. In the background, we have the Hasbro Bumblebee, who's crossing his arms because he's mad that we got a new Bumblebee to replace him. And in the front, we have the new Bumblebee. This is the TakaraTomy with more paint apps and just overall a better figure. I almost feel like it even kind of has longer, it feels like it clicks into place going back here, and it has better heel support. Like, I have no problem standing it. This one, see how he rocks? Watch this one. Well, he rocks too, but he's solid. He's sitting down, and they're basically in the same. Like, you can even lean him back. Like, watch. You can lean him back, and, well, maybe not jerk him around, but he will stand. And it's probably just my imagination, or maybe just the mileage may vary, but look, he even looks like it comes down longer, doesn't he? It's like, it just has, and it clicks too. It goes click. So I don't know if they did a adjustment or what, but yeah, see, he's already falling down. But I can get them both to stand. Not a problem, not a problem. Alright, first we'll take a look at the details of TAV-01 Bumblebee. Alright. So, looking at the details, he has a much... they both have silver faces, but there's something about this Bumblebee's silver face. You can see like the lines underneath his where his nose would be, and you can't do that, and it reflects, and you can't really do that off of the Hasbro version. It's nice and metallic on the Hasbro, but it definitely doesn't reflect like that. Next we have the almighty sticker piece that I will be taking off, but you see, this is what it comes like in the packaging, and then you take it off, and that's the actual sticker for the scan app. And if you look, he actually has the anime accurate tail lights on the top of his shoulders, which is cool, because in the anime he has those. And it's good to have things look like the characters in the toon. Next, he has the door stripes that he has in the toon, and if you look, no tail lights, no door stripes, and his wheels, no anime accurate circles in his tires. So just right off the bat, he has all that. Plus, he's maybe like a 2% better saturation with the yellow, because it looks kind of, I don't know, it's the same, but it's definitely got like a more classic feel to it. Like, it's not so washed down, I guess. And the same with the blacks. The black looking here, I mean, it looks nice in the video maybe, the black on his shoulder, but this black is way darker. Can you notice that? Maybe a little bit in the video. It's nice and dark black, and this is kind of like a gray black. So right off the bat, he's got a lot of differences. Let's see if you can tell the difference on this shine in his face. Yeah, you probably can. You see how it's kind of shiny, but it's not as shiny, and putting it in the same light. See how like one just shines more than the other? So that's cool. And he also stands better. I don't really have problems standing the TakaraTomy Bumblebee. And he's cool. He transforms good, and he has, he looks good. One thing I do like is that he stands real well. I don't have issues with him like I do with the Hasbro Bumblebee. He has the sword, and I do believe it is the same exact sword color. I mean, there's no real difference on the sword at all that I can see. And come on, Bumblebee, stop getting in my way. And yeah, and it's a big, awful big sword, but for being the leader of the Autobots at the moment, that's what he needs. So that's cool. He has his sword. One thing I don't like is these holes in the front of his crotch, and it's in all the Bumblebees, obviously, but why? I just don't get it. One thing that the Takara does have is a little bit of kind of like thin paint on these vents here on his lower legs. It's a little thinner than I would like, but alright. I mean, if you don't, we'll do the articulation real quick for those people that have never seen Bumblebee or just curious, but he can look up a little bit, not down at all, and it's a really stiff joint, but he can move his head around, probably 360, although I'm not going to try it. You can lift his arm, you have to kind of like lift his arm up, and then you can lift it out, but it goes out about that far for outward motion. It will go 360 around. I mean, I don't really like loosening up the joints like that, directions that really don't matter, but he has a 90-degree bend, he has the swivel, he has a waist swivel, nice tight waist swivel, he has nice tight joints. His foot will go all the way up and all the way back, well, maybe not all the way, pretty close to all the way back, and if we get this thing out of the way, he can sort of bend his knee. He has the joint to bend it farther, but we have this thing in the way, kibble, that I'm sure if Takara was the one designing it, and them only, they would have figured out a way to not have that problem. But he has his little bit of foot tilt, and that is it. Oh, and his thigh swivel. A lot of people forget the thigh swivel. But that's it for Bumblebee. Let's get him in car mode. So we just do the same thing we do with the Hasbro one. We flip this over his head. Putting his head back just a tad bit. I wonder if that's why they made his head look up. Because you need to do it to be able to put his trunk on. And you swivel his body around, and then we will collapse his feet and attach them, his legs together like so. And these joints attach really tightly. You kind of have to give it a quite the push to get it together. And yep, and then we want to bring in his arms straight like that, and then just set it, just bring them right in like so and like so, and attaching the fists to those, like there's like slots, see the slots, his fists go around it. Then you kind of open his door wings kind of inward, like straightish, and kind of fit them up and around here. Oh, actually, hold on. First, we want to peg this thing together, and we just do that. And then we fit the doors over and up and around without hurting the toy. Peg this part in like that, and we have him in car mode. You can check out the car details while I transform the other Bumblebee mega quick. So we flip that, attach that, spin this, lift these, attach those, peg that, drop this. I'm not showing the transformation on this one just because I want to get this done quicker. And we already just showed it, so excuse me while I waste your time for just a second. And of course, because I'm reaching 3 feet in front of me, I am of course having an issue with the Hasbro one, which I don't know how I could. I'm just going to bring this up close because, you know, I can do this in 2 seconds. Alright, there we go. Alright. Clicking into place. Alright. Sorry about that. So, can we tell which one is which? You can almost see the saturation of the yellow a little bit more in the video. But we have front headlights, kind of like parking lights, I guess, that we don't have on the Hasbro. We have the same stripes. It's just a touch bit darker black. Oh, and it actually looks like, oh, they do widen it. If you notice, here on the Hasbro, they have the yellow on there. They cheaped out and only Actually, they painted the yellow too, so I wouldn't call that cheaped out either. They made it thinner for some reason. On the Takara, it's much wider. Kind of fills out better, unless you like it thin. I don't mean either way, it's okay. But there's that difference. That's interesting. And we definitely have the tail lights that we don't have in the Hasbro. We have no details on the side, but on the Takara, whoops. Of course, it wasn't all the way transformed. Yeah, well, we get the idea. There. On the Takara, it has all the stripes and whatnot. I'll fix that later. That's just a minor glitch. And we have the rings around the tires, which aren't really coming in right at the moment. But, I mean, they are, just not as good as in real life. But you can see it. And the details, they always are good with details. TakaraTomy. That's pretty much my review, guys. Please like, comment if you like. Leave a comment if you don't like. Just let me know how you think my reviews are going. If you got any requests, I've got all the toys from all the years. I'm sure I could come up with it. And subscribe. If you like my videos, definitely subscribe. And if you like to see any Transformer videos and anything like that, let me know. We do G.I. Joe, Voltron, Transformers, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and Gundam, and SOC, Soul of Chogokin. This is Sea Dog saying peace.